You're 19 years old, pressed against the rusted wall of a shipping container. It's 110 degrees inside. The air smells like diesel, old sweat, and raw fear. You haven't drank water in 14 hours. Your mother sewed your life savings, 3,000 crumpled dollars, into the lining of your jacket. The man they call the Coyote took it yesterday. He told you to stay quiet or he'd leave you to the vultures. You grew up watching old movies on a cracked television. You saw the Hollywood sign, the sprawling green lawns, the people throwing away plates of half-eaten food. You thought crossing the border meant stepping into the light. Then, the metal doors groan open. You aren't in Hollywood. You're standing in a blinding, dusty alley behind a meatpacking plant in Texas. A man you don't know points to a beat-up van. You get in. You don't ask questions. And just like that, you vanish. You are now a ghost. You don't have a social security number. You don't have rights. You don't exist on paper. But America needs ghosts to keep the lights on. Your first job is in the kitchen of a diner that sells the American dream on a menu. You stand over a sink of scalding, greasy water for 14 hours a day. Your hands crack and bleed from the industrial soap. The waitresses up front complain about their tips in perfect English. You listen to the plates clatter, smelling the bleach and burnt grease, earning $4 an hour in cash. When payday comes, the manager hands you an envelope. It's missing $40. You know it, he knows it. You look him in the eye and he stares back, daring you to say something. Who are you going to call? The police? You swallow the anger. You take the envelope. You have learned your first lesson. Your silence is the price of admission. By 22, you've moved to construction, roofing in the dead of summer. The tar melts the soles of your cheap boots. The sun beats down like a hammer. You work alongside an older man named Hector. Hector has been a ghost for 20 years. He walks with a limp and has eyes that constantly scan the street. He teaches you the real rules of the ghost economy. Rule 1. Never make eye contact with a police officer. Rule 2. If you see a white van with tinted windows, run. Rule 3. You do not have the luxury of getting sick. The paranoia becomes your shadow. Every time you drive to the grocery store, your heart pounds. For an American citizen, a broken taillight is a $50 ticket. For you, a broken taillight means handcuffs, a detention center, and waking up in the country you nearly died to escape. You learn to drive perfectly. You learn to shrink yourself. You learn to apologize even when you're right. At 25, the illusion peaks. You live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 8 other men. You sleep on a foam mat on the floor. Dinner is rice and beans because meat is a luxury. But every Friday, you walk to the corner store and use the Western Union machine. You send 80% of your money back home. To your family, you are a king. When you call your mother on Sunday, you don't tell her your back feels like broken glass. You don't tell her you hide in the bathroom when someone knocks on the apartment door too loud. She asks if America is beautiful. You look at the peeling paint on the ceiling, the cockroaches scurrying under the fridge, and you smile into the phone. Yes, Mama, it's beautiful. At 30, the inevitable happens. You're working on a framing job when the scaffolding shifts. You fall 6 feet. The jagged edge of a steel beam slices your forearm down to the bone. The pain is blinding. Blood soaks your shirt. One of the new guys pulls out his phone to call 911. Hector knocks the phone out of his hand. No hospitals, he hisses. Hospitals ask for ID. Hospitals ask questions. Your boss runs over, face pale. He doesn't look at your arm. He looks at the street to see if anyone is watching. He drives you to a back alley clinic operating out of a strip mall. A doctor whose license was revoked years ago stitches your arm with no anesthesia. You bite down on a piece of leather. You don't scream. Screaming draws attention. You are back at work 3 days later, your arm wrapped in dirty gauze. Because ghosts don't get paid time off. Years bleed together. The politicians on TV debate your existence. Half of them say you're a criminal stealing their jobs. The other half call you a victim. Neither of them actually sees you. They don't see the roofs you built, the food you picked, the kitchens you scrubbed. They just see a talking point. By 45, your body is a map of scars. Your knees pop when you walk. Your lungs rattle from breathing in drywall dust. You never made it to Hollywood. You never bought the house with the green lawn. You spent 25 years living in the shadows, feeding a machine that would replace you tomorrow if you drop dead today. But then, you sit in the bleachers of a crowded high school gymnasium. The music plays. The principal calls a name. Your daughter walks across the stage. She is wearing a cap and gown. She holds a diploma. She speaks perfect English, without an accent. In her pocket is a little blue passport with a golden eagle on it. She is not a ghost. She exists. She looks into the crowd, finds your tired, calloused face, and she smiles. And in that moment, sitting under the fluorescent lights with your ruined back and your empty bank account, you finally understand the truth about the American dream. It was never meant for you. You were the soil it grew in. You were the sacrifice. And as you watch her hold up that piece of paper, you realize you would do it all over again. Think building America's underground economy is brutal? Wait until you see how K-pop idol trainees are treated. Click here to watch why it sucked to be a K-pop idol trainee.